You know, if you're saying I'll get more views with a big account, then I'll take this account. I'll take this account to a high number. How about that? I did that before. I took 100 to 2.4. I'll do the same thing. GodelsTerminal.com. Go check it out. Peaked at almost $4. Anyway, I mean, look, it'll be at 50 soon. My P&L is literally only positive. It's a positive P&L. We've done the attribution 100 times. It literally cannot be negative. The only thing you can say is it's, instead of up 50, it's up 30 because I added more capital. There's no reset. Pretty simple math. There's only one person saying that. Poor guy. It's all right. It's only a feeling. It'll go away. It hurts. It hurts when it, you know, at first, but eventually the wounds will heal. If you think that, then what stock did I lose money on? I only have 3 stocks I lost money on. So let's do it again. Let's do the math again, since there seems to be some confusion on this. Well, I'm up on Sarepta. Maybe it wasn't smart doubling down on Sarepta, but I'm still up. This is confusing. Accounting is a specialty of mine. There was 30K in the account. Let's do all the losses first. These are gains. So those are all my losers. Here's all my winners. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. It's really not that complicated, but we're gonna see what we can do here. Okay, so these are my winners, by the way. Let's count how many. Count doesn't matter that much, but let's count. Where do you count? Count if, count A. There we go, count A. So 36 winners, 16 losers. Imagine having that track record. Let's do the math now on the P&L. But by the way, we can just shortcut it and I can show the P&L. It says it right here on my account. Maybe you can see this. Can you see it in the corner there? It says overall P&L, 16K. Do you see that? Do you need the magnifier? Overall P&L year to date. Is that red or green? Does anybody know? You red, green colorblind? Just check it out. Really zoom in. Is that red or green? Is it red or is it green? You think I'm making it up right now? 16,302. No, 16,307. It's very raw and red, but the feeling will go away. You'll be fine in a few weeks. Just a little ointment. You'll be good. Don't worry about it. I know it hurts. I know it stings. Well, you know, first you said you're raw. First you can't come up with the explanation. Now you're saying, oh, you must be lying some other way. Let's go back to the drawing board here. Where were the gains and losses? Well, really the only 3 or 4 that were big losses. I know it's hard to imagine that I'm a much better trader than you, but that's why I'm Martin Shkreli and you're not. Well, let me just take a screenshot of it. It's not in thousands, this is a small account. Here's the screenshot. There it is. Are we still making this up? Are we still lying? I just made this. I drew it myself. I mean, listen, it's not rent free. I'm trying to. You have questions. I have answers. You're stupid. I'm smart. I'm sorry. I can't. I need to help you understand. Do you have any other questions where I can show you you're wrong? Or are you still gonna? You want the account number? You want the login? We'll do that. At some point, you're gonna feel embarrassed. If not right now, probably right now, but I'll embarrass you thoroughly. I'll invite you right to this office. You can log right in. Okay, now you're just being schizo. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for 10 years. I make fun of people on the internet. You've never seen this? These are the closed positions. These are not open positions. This is every position's P&L. You want to do the math? Check this out. Do all the maths. Just enjoy embarrassing people. It is one of my favorite things to do. If you've ever seen some of my videos, I've called up kids who prank called me. I called up their principal. Played the tape of the prank call. I called up the mom. You guys don't understand the lengths I'll go to settle an internet score when keeping it real goes wrong. It's every dollar of this account, every dollar. And here's an amazing thing you're gonna find is that these add up to the right number. The number on the upper right-hand corner is crazy. You'll email me, Martin@dl.software, and you will come here today on stream. Log into my account and see. And if you're wrong, I get to have my way with you on stream. And if you're right, you get to prove me wrong and embarrass me. We got a deal? Because I'll make you humble. In front of thousands of people on the internet. I will make you humble. All right, let's see how they add up. Equals sum. 50,000 from longs. That makes sense. Well, 50,000 from gainers. That makes sense. 18,000 from losers. That's 32,492 profit. Add the. That's all right. Hold on. That don't make no sense. Must be a typo in here. 1663 32,492 gains. That's what makes sense. It was, there you go. Okay. 16,225 plus 30K plus 20 I put in. That's 66,225. Net liquidation is 65,175, as you can see up there. Real time. The slight difference there is in margin buying power and fees, margin fees, short rebates. And there you have it. This is these two, 20K and 30K. This is these two. This is the sum of the gains. This is the sum of the losses. This is the accounting total. This is the upper right-hand corner figure. This is 30 plus 20 plus the gains. This is the P&L. Gains, upper right, real time. These are the losses. This is losers. This is the gains. These are the gainers. This is the capital 2. P&L is this plus this. Value is the P&L plus the capital. You talked to a world expert in financial modeling. Any last questions before it's over? Yeah, DI comic. I'm counting the 20K as just more margin because Schwab doesn't let you have more margin. But if you want to count it that way, that's perfectly fine. And let's see, you would do this divided by 50,000 minus 1, minus 1. So that's 32%. I think it's 51, but if you must say 32, that's fine. Doesn't matter to me. That's another question, RJ. Jordan, my results were great for my hedge fund. All those guys made money. What does the gym have to do with P&L? It has nothing to do with it. Oh, I didn't lose any money on non-pharma boiled. My pharma P&L is the same as my non-pharma P&L. Over time, I've actually made more money on a percentage basis from non-pharma. I mean, it's up to you. How do you treat the 20? I treat it as Schwab is the worst margin profile in the world. I was under 100% gross margin or gross leverage. But yeah, you do what you want. Because you can't use leverage on Schwab at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. I'm a serious person. Like, gym is another subject. I don't care about the gym. I'm not here for physique competition. Maybe you want to go be a bodybuilder someday or something, but that's not my goals. I'm here to talk about P&L because I was willing to own it when I was down. Done being embarrassed. And the funny thing is we do this like every few days and people still don't, the time to try to steal on me was when I was down. And it cost me nothing to congratulate. Well, Arthur, the thing about that is that assuming the difference will narrow quite a bit. I mean, after ATYR, I'll be up close to 100%. So whether it's 80 or 100 won't matter. But you can take it how you want it. But I hear you. It's a perfectly reasonable perspective. But if you ever trade on Schwab, you know that like they limit you to literally 30%. But if you wanted to go all in on one short, the most you could do is 30% of your whole portfolio. So it's 3x margin requirement. I don't know, Kano. It depends on the severity of side effects. Side effects are go to meet Kevin. Is that his name? I was gonna say meet Justin. Powell's talking about cutting rates. You think it's anything to do with an imaginary put wall? But see, this is my first time trading. I've been doing this 25 years. I wouldn't even let you be the shoe shine guy in our building. I would tell the doorman, nah, we can't have that guy here. Never again. Get him out of here. The beautiful thing about the internet is anybody can say anything to anybody else. That doesn't make you worth talking to or worth listening to. You're not me. Never be me, pretending like you got a market field. Fed said they were gonna cut rates, unprecedented, unexpected, up 1.6%. The highest beta stocks move up. What do you expect? Party's back on. Powell's saying it. Meanwhile, I have PGen and EQ and Newegg all triple digits in my direction. Up 22% on EQ, up 13% on PGen, down 11% on Newegg. Who the man? That's who? Me. You're really special. You really gotta go to meet Justin. It's not even meet Kevin. You're not good enough for meet Kevin. You gotta click that X button, buddy. He's saying because the market was soft 6 days in a row, Powell was ready to cut rates. And you are mental poison for us. Like you are diarrhea. Stop. Nobody's trying to hear that. Where's the mods at, man? You need a stock you go all in on the long side? Oh boy. Why do you want to go all in? I thought you were the responsible financial advisor. What are you switching up? Switching up? You want to go deep yet? You rebranded on me? I mean, you're never going to feel comfortable with biopharma unless you really try to understand that space. You made a lot of money on Robinhood. Nothing wrong with cash. I mean, if EQ works, I don't see why I wouldn't get the AmbiVax price, 20-30x. So it'll arbitrage that over the next year. It's a while from now, but that's the point, is that by the time it's next year, it's not going to be a different price. I'm going to hold it. Biotech is a funny beast. I mean, you should want to participate in a chat based on the merit of what you're saying, not be excluded because of its stupidity. People should want to say, "Oh my gosh, he's here, the super smart guy. I love listening to him. Hey, can you message me separately?" Nobody's doing that. Nobody's ever going to do that. The Australians can use it. We're about to turn on Australian real time, but we're also going to do a price increase, and then we're also going to roll out annual, and then we're also going to roll all the way lower your price. Actually, let me talk to my team about that real quick. Sarepta clawing back some losses there. SPY's rallying a little bit, now only down 15 basis points. Quantum mixed bag. Nvidia's up slightly. I want to look at Vertex. Is this another one of those? Okay. Something's wrong with this. That's a huge market cap. Maybe one of these Chinese there's been a lot of these Chinese scams lately. Although I haven't traded enough. I'm not sure on Rockt. It's kind of a long-term speculative play. But I think a good 5x or 10x over a year, but it's extremely risky. I mean, the likely situation will be it does not do that, but I believe I would not be shocked if, the worst were to occur. They've had a pretty rough ride for a while. Yeah, I'm going to look at Qualcomm at some point soon. I will never use the term bag for position. It makes no sense. It's called a position or an investment. Bag. Look at that. You do have to hold the bag. It is true. Did Kanye launch a token? Is it launched in trading? Is it on Solana? It technically got a running point on it. I wasn't impressed. A lot of people don't last very long at pod shops, although I think Millennium's trying to change that. Pretty respectable, I guess. But yeah, if you don't have some distribution plans, interesting pair trade, long UMG, short Spotify. There's no reason that Spotify should be worth more than UMG. Kind of makes sense. Unless the music's coming from Universal, why does Universal need Spotify? Poorly run companies, man. They can't think creatively at all. Let Spotify go from 0 market cap to 100. Where is it actually? It's more than 100. 160 billion. How does that work, man? Well, just UMG is only 45 billion. DES works quite nicely on international stocks. That's cool. Newegg has to go down. It's just gravity, man. I'm not worried about it. I don't care if it goes to 200. Doesn't make a difference. Computer says sell Amgen. Designer clothes? Are you so broke you think clothes make you wealthy? Clothing? The thing you put on your body? Bro, we out here trying to buy whole companies. You talking about getting some Armani, like, it's a whole different world, man, that I live in. Whole different world. Oh, I got the new sneakers. I just bought this drip by Bust Down. We wear this kind of thing at Berkshire. 93 years old, but... Oh my God, Noodle Bar knows. She knows the ancient history. She knows the things that I wish were buried in the past. 100, 300 away, or 300 away, 300 going. 450 over there, gentleman in the back. 500. The problem is, people are trolls and you need to find like a pre-qualified buyers. Yeah, I just shorted a little ATYR. I actually do feel somewhat more confident than even INMB. INMB, you know, they kind of had a hypothesis, treatment hypothesis. They don't even have that for ATYR.
Perplexity is really smart. I mean, Arvind is consider him a friend, and he has a lot of tenacity.
Young Arvind used to watch my streams.
Now he's a billionaire. How about that? Grind. But he had it within him all along, baby. Palantir now down a stunning 9%. Palantir keeps getting railed like this. That's going to take the whole market down. That's the stock to watch. I'm long REPL because it has a huge cash balance, and there's some chance that FDA changes their mind. I also think the drug works, so if you have to wait a couple of years, that's also not the end of the world. Good job, Paul. Good job. I'm a little scared to buy Palantir. Very blessed and lucky. God has given me, my family, everything we would ever want and need. Palantir's still a little rich. Well, a lot of the momentum in the market is tied up in Palantir. So if Palantir can't rally, it's got the best fundamentals. I don't see how anything else can rally. It's just sort of more my market mentality hat on, which is not a very good hat anyway. But yeah, what Shake is saying there. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I would buy Palantir at 100 for sure. Not exactly stepping up here. Yeah, right now I'm picking on INQ. I'm sure it could go up 100 and I might buy more. I don't think Citron did a really good job on that one. Picking OpenAI's price to sales and just applying it wildly to another company doesn't make much sense. Palantir is a very different business. Palantir has very few customers that pay them a huge amount of profitable cash. OpenAI has a huge amount of customers that don't pay them anything. Or they do, but there's a bunch of customers that don't pay at all. And there's customers that arguably are getting a really good deal. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe and notify. Check all those boxes. I need you to get the word back. Back out there, please. Ken Griffin's a great businessman. He took Fortune 500 style business practices and brought them to hedge funds. That was Ken's skill. You guys gonna make me time my trades now? I'll do it. I sometimes will trade options if the vol is cheap. Not really in the business of selling options. I typically will go long puts in a biotech stock or something like that if I feel like there's a high chance of failure. But that's only if nobody's looking at it or something like that, which is usually not the case. Especially in this market, there are a couple of hedge funds now that are watching these pretty closely. Sometimes there are actually just a few hedge funds that are in the market. You can tell how many hedge funds are in the market based on the IV. And right now, a lot of players playing these things. You have 400 IV. Dash for trash. Now it's cash is king. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be diving into semis at some point. It's going to take me a long time to understand an industry. I mean, it's a 10-year journey to really understand an industry. That's why a lot of you guys playing games out there, you think you can just jump into some industry not knowing it. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let me just start trading this energy stock. What's a BTU? I don't know. Who cares? But we have quantum networking. We should be worth 100 trillion. Billion, but also trillion. Don't you know what quantum networking is? It's like the internet, but quantum. Why do you need it? Who said that? You need it. It's more secure. It's faster. Quantum, it's better. When I use the word quantum, that's basically the code word for better. Yeah, William, I agree, but I think the risk reward is there, and the drug is useful, and it's below cash. I get the whole stack. I get the quantum computer, quantum satellite, quantum network. Pastor might reconsider. You never know. I think it was more Vinay than Pastor. I don't believe that report. But yeah, we'll see. And 𝗔𝗢𝗡𝗢 up 25%, raining them up parade. If it's going to be up on any day, I guess it should be today while I'm making alpha everywhere else. Although ATYR is up. Surprisingly up. Let's check in with Country Bumpkin. Country Ridge. Rigetti is a great short. Ubisoft? Ubisoft? Don't worry about why I'm looking at Ubisoft, okay? My baby about to have a crazy name. Gonna be wild. When you hear this baby name, you're gonna say, oh no, put him back in jail. You can say, put him back. That's enough. You're not rehabilitated enough. And I'm gonna say, get off me. I can name my baby whatever I want. Tyrone and Tyrese are normal names, you'll see. Yeah, I'm talking about squiggles. Obviously, if you do sort of serious mathematical work, I mean, then try to develop algos, the price is going to be in the pudding. I mean, the proof will be in the pudding. I mean, you are either going to be making money or you won't. But if you're drawing technical analysis lines, you're really just guessing, praying. I mean, it's so dumb. Because I can just put it in my machine and say, okay, what pattern told you that this is going to be bullish? And then I'll put it in my machine, I'll show you that it's not even a bullish pattern to begin with. I mean, it really takes a special kind of to not say, okay, now I'm being mean, to not say, I want to see what the mathematical, signal is here that I think I'm picking up. Show me all patterns that look like this and show me what those returns are. Not just this one time, but if I like this pattern now, I should like it every time it showed up in the market. Yeah, you got to give me a specific time on the chart, one stock, one time where you thought the pattern was bullish. And I will show you. It wasn't. I'm going to make the technical analysis quiz. Yeah, it's not a real-time number. I just update it here and there. You want me to make an API that updates it real time? There's CAPR down 8%, 7-8%. Yeah, REPL CAPR is a good hedge. They're both kind of going to get rejected, but one drug kind of works and has a chance for an appeal. The other drug doesn't. One drug is a lot of cash. One company's a lot of cash. I think CAPR has a little cash actually as well, but I'm not sure. But relative to cash, REPL's trading really low. I haven't heard about Nanolabs. Is Nanolabs where they make Alejandro's brain? I wouldn't buy Palantir at this price. Maybe at 130 or 125. Really at 100 is where it's a good one. It is trauma release. I think it's fake, but maybe it's real. Who knows? Yeah, loved by Jesus. I take venlafaxine, which is pretty good. But if I had to start new today on something, I'd probably start with Cymbalta. Duloxetine. These drugs aren't miracle drugs, by the way. They're very, very modest improvements. You'll go from a 5 to a 6. You're not going to go from 5 to a 10. And sometimes that's all you need. Mostly focus on price and ease of use for NeoCloud. If we had to, we like Lambda because it's simple. You point, click, you got a server. But if you needed 10,000 boxes, it sounds like Lambda's still pretty good, pricing-wise. But some people have obviously Coreweave too. I'm a Lambda guy through and through. I will never use Coreweave at scale. Just because that's my boy. Yeah, question for the CEO. Why are you guys cap? All cap. Stop the cap. I can't wait to take my kids to McDonald's. Yeah, he's gonna love it. That's an American tradition. He's like, Dad, wanna go to McDonald's? I'm gonna show him old videos of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's gonna Dad, this is boring. It's from a million years ago. I'm like, son, watch the WWE. Never call Stone Cold Steve Austin stupid again. He might just show up out of nowhere and give you a Stone Cold Stunner. So 4% enriched, low enriched uranium. So they might want to use high assay, low enriched uranium. 10% or more. Can't use that in the US. The only place you can get that is from Mother Russia.
Yeah, that barely changes, but earlier this year we had 60. Oh, last year we had 60. We started the year with 59. And now we're down to 50, so it does go down. And then on $40, get this, we had 350. These people are stupid. We started at 350 on January 1st, and we're at 250 right now. I mean, for $40, instead of canceling, They could have easily sold it for $300, $200. We didn't. Yeah, we weren't promoting very heavily in the past. I don't see how Coreweave is so unprofitable. It's just weird. It seemed like maybe an idiosyncratic thing, but yeah, we're definitely gonna have an earnings calendar. That's gonna be easy. I'd like to add good stuff with respect to conference call files like MP3s and things like that. I don't know if it's a long or short, but it feels like no profits in while you're scaling is not good. Now they have a weird thing where if you sign, as soon as a customer signs up, they don't necessarily pay right away. Their customers are like Microsoft, so like they're good for it, but like they have a huge accounts receivable that they're floating Microsoft, and I'm sure next quarter they'll just collect all of it. You know, it's nothing to be worried about. But it's like, why aren't these guys profitable? I think it's literally all accounts receivable if they collected all of it. But you know, you kind of have to be used to 90 days, not 90 days, but 60 days sales outstanding, which, you know, when you're growing that fast, it actually can really hurt your working capital. Kind of what's happening here. Their big AI stock, Lumentum, LITE, Fabrinet, 13 billion. Huge growth stocks. Yeah, the polycules. I think the polycules are really just hedonism, because like to me, that's not the same thing as children, you know, which is a much, much bigger deal. Polycules are just, you know, basically, but I think once you start thinking about like, how would you parent like a whole bunch of kids and like what effects on it would have for society? Again, I wouldn't be the person to do this or anything, but like, could a person like Elon literally have 1,000 kids? If like he's done it haphazardly, but like if you like purposefully were like, no, this is how I want to do it, like, could you do it? And what would it look like? And what would be the effects on society? And there are examples in history. Obviously, the famous one is Genghis Khan, which was like mostly non-consensual, but I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just crazy that the guy's like DNA is like visible even in modern times, but there's others.
You're talking about Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously was like a forced colonizer kind of guy, but his DNA is like still shows up in everybody's DNA. It's crazy.